There's just something about getting away from your own goalpost. 1st and 10 now from the 20. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Grabbed in the middle. It's Edwards. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Burton. And they're able to get him down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Looking to scramble. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Touchdown, Huskies. They put the first points on the board.
You cannot say enough about this quarterback's toughness on that one. Staring downfield, knowing he's going to get absolutely blasted by the defender, and still somehow...
The UConn offense goes back to work. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Got out of trouble and throws.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. He's got an open man.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big.
Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. This UConn offense really has it going.
Well, this guy has shown up time and time again for his football team. Top 10 statistically in passing yardage this year, but...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed.
Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's not afraid to go deep. Snags it inside the 20. That is exactly what you want to do with a football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So after the break, they'll go back to work. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Huskies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. UConn going back to work on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Going to try to get it himself. Turning it on. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to cope.
Throws toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take it.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Makes the grab at the 10. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UConn.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
The UConn offense goes back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's going to run it. Turns it on in midfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Huskies are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Creates a little space. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. UConn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Flushed out of the pocket. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, UConn! Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it's they'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Look out, he's got room. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now he's going to break the pocket. What great protection, and he lets it go down the middle. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And you really want your best player to be your quarterback, to be your leader, and he's been that all year long. Dude, he's in the top 10 passing in all of college football, and he's leading this team very much in the Heisman race. And guess what? Got a chance to end the year strong, make a statement, and go out and be maybe the best player in all of college football.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Still in the pocket and fires over the middle. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Plucks it out of the air. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Steps away. It's picked off, and that's number 10. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards.
UConn going back to work on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the...
Looking deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two, and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. They get to him as he throws. He's got his man. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it and still on his feet. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. And the Huskies will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Caught. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The pass play they hoped would spread the defense out, create a one-on-one opportunity, but they were equal to the challenge.
Yeah, and that's a play the receiver would love to have back. It looked for a second like he might be able to break that tackle and score a touchdown. Just wasn't able to get it done.
They've moved it right to the edge, and they need one. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown. The UConn offense goes back to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Got it in the middle. It's Parker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. That's caught. It's Parker. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Huskies. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable. UConn going back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. He's going to take off. Breaks into the open. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. UConn is now threatening in the red zone. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. So close to cashing it in for this offense. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me.
The UConn offense goes back to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. He rifles one deep to the left. He's got it along the sideline. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously. And obviously, they're talking about him for the Heisman. But just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer, throwing the football all over the yard. This team has been built on him, and he's had an unbelievable season.
You want to talk about flipping the script. They just did that with a huge play, and now they've got it 1st and 10 in plus territory. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a little off. Incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Quick step into it. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Under fire. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Looking to the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the...
They'll get this drive started from their own 26. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Parker. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Get a big play like that last one. You flip the field. You change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Dances away to buy time. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. After this, it'll be a wrap. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great